Very good morning, good afternoon to everybody from sunny London today. My name is Mohammed Shah. I am the head of marketing here at Hoist Group. Today is the fourth class in the training course, certificate course for Hoist Dashboard, the exciting tool, the valuable tool for hotel management. So far, we have covered, in the first class, we covered navigation and personalization of this brilliant tool. We also, within that class, looked at how Hoist Dashboard can help you synchronize with the trends emerging out of COVID environment. In the second class, Simon walked us through drawing Wi-Fi insights and how you can ensure the Wi-Fi in your hotel is going to be of superior quality. In the third class, we looked at the entertainment insights. And today is the fourth class and the last one this week, before we resume again next week for further classes in this course. In today's class, we are basically going to focus on drawing network insights and how we can use Hoist Dashboard to monitor and maintain a superior quality and a healthy network in your properties. And today's class is going to be led by Luigi Cardillo from Italy. Luigi is our customer success manager for the Mediterranean region. And Luigi is going to draw on his extensive hospitality experience, 17 years experience in the sector. So without any further ado, let me hand over to Luigi. Luigi, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Mohammed. Welcome everybody to this class. I'm Luigi Cardillo and I'm the customer success manager from Hoist Group Italy. Today, I'm going to show you how to use Hoist Group Dashboard to check all the network device in your network, how to avoid issues and how to prevent bad reputations from your guests. So here's the agenda. We are going to see how Hoist Dashboard is going to improve your work in your daily life tasks. We are going to check the network status equipment in the network, in the dashboard. We are going to see how we can customize alert and reports from the widgets. And we're going to understand how to analyze the widget of the operational status. But before to do that, I want to show you how was my life before. I was an IT manager and my office was like this before. Every day I had to check many platforms. I had to do so many different tasks in so many different places, and it was a bit messy. It was difficult to follow up all the things, and I didn't have time to focus on the important things because I had so many recurring tasks to take care of every day. Thanks to Hoist Dashboard, my office now is like this. I have everything in one place. I have all the information I need in one single screen. I can customize the graphic. I can see whatever I need whenever I want. And I can check the dashboard out from my office, if from my phone, from my tablet, from my PC, whenever I want, wherever I want. And now let's go and see the dashboard. Let me share the other screen. You see the screen, Matt?
Yes, correct, Luigi. You can go ahead.
Okay. So here's the Hoist Dashboard. You've seen it in the previous classes, the overview, you've seen how to add the widgets, how to customize the view, and so on. Today, we are going to focus on the network part and the network device status widget. Here, we can see all the devices in our network. Active device like switches, access point, TV, antenna, server, everything that is related to the Hoist network, but not only. We can also add in our technical database all the IP devices in the hotel, like CCTV camera, IP phones, digital signage monitor, POS, everything that has an IP. and this physically connected to the Hoist network can be monitored by our dashboard. And I will show you later how to check all these devices. Now let's see. Through the network device status widget, I have an overview of all the devices I have in the network. And I can easily see if I have problems in one of the category. For example, here I have the switches. And I can see that there are 2 switches already down because I see the red alert next to the switches. Same goes for the TV terminal and access point. So what do I need to do if I need to check if I have an access point down? I just simply click here in the correct icon, and I get an overview or a list of the device in that category that I'm going to need to check. So here I see for each device few information. The first one is the location, because when we install a system in one hotel, for each single device, we put several information. One important is the location. So where physically the device is placed. It could be inside the room, it could be in the corridor, on top of the door. It's very important. So we try to be as much detailed as possible in this field so that it will be easy to troubleshoot later on. The second column is the last status change. Here we can see when the device physically changed the status. So if it went down for any reason, here we will see the last time it was seen alive. Third column is the model of the device. Here we are watching the access points, so we see the model of each access point, but it could be the same for TV terminals or switches or the servers. Is the same. We see the model. Then we see the IP address. This is the IP address in the Hoist management network. You need to know that Hoist have a VPN network that cover all the hotels installed across the footprint. And for each single device, we have a unique IP, so we can directly connect to each single device in each single hotel. Then we have the scan status, which is really relevant for us now, because here we can see if the device is running or not. So we can just filter or organize the view by the scan status. For any column, we can do this. And we can see the device down. I will finish with the columns, and then we go back to how to check the devices. Then we have the firmware. Firmware, why is important? If we know, or if our IT department know there is a specific compatibility issues, for example, with new phones on a specific firmware of the device we have in the hotel, like the access point or the switches, we can easily check from here if we have that firmware, and we can ask Hoist eventually, if they didn't already do, to upgrade the firmware to a latest version. Then we have the host name, is the name of the device. Each device for us has a name. It will help us to check in the huge network where is located the device, because usually we have the type of the device, the number, and the zone or the room number or the corridor or the floor. We try to put the information there as well. And we label each device with the same information so that if the maintenance department need to do a check, they physically can see if the device we are talking about is the correct one or not. Then we have the MAC address, is the unique ID of each device in the world. And then we have the client number, the ticket number. The client number is related to if the guest is connected to this device or not. The ticket number is important. Why? Because if we have open a ticket to Hoist support, or the system open a ticket itself because the device, one of the core device is down, we will see the ticket number shown here. So we will know that a ticket number is already opened for a device in our hotel. So let's go back to our down devices. What happens when we have a device as this down? We have a problem in that area, especially with access point. What do we need to do? We need to prevent the guests to have problems, because if the guests arrive in our hotel and they have issues, it will lead to a bad reputation, or the guest maybe wants to leave or want a rebate. We need to avoid this, because the guest is our important, is the best important thing for us. So what do we need to do? We need to prevent it. Through the Hoist dashboard, we can check daily the status of the network. If we see that some access point in a specific area are down, we know for sure that the Wi-Fi there is not going to work well. So we know for sure that we will have issues. So what do we do? Here we have the list of devices down. We just easily click export and create a PDF, PowerPoint, or an Excel. We create an Excel file, and with this Excel file, we just send it over to the maintenance department to ask for a first check. They will do the first check, maybe together with us, and then once the device is fixed, we can see in the dashboard after a while the device going up. If the device is still down, then we need to call Hoist support. How do we do that? We can do easily from the dashboard, and we can click on Contact Me button, open an inquiry form, and from there, we just select the support ticket. Do a summary, description. We can even add an attachment here and just submit the ticket. This will trigger an automatic ticketing system. We will receive an email to with the ticket number, and then we can follow that with what's happening with that ticket whenever we want. From the dashboard, and I will show you later, via email, and we can even call the support. So let's go back to the main page. We saw in the network device status that we don't only have the hoist devices, we have also the devices that the hotel asked us to monitor. So we have the staff Wi-Fi, the parking machines, the building management system, the IP phones. We can do an active monitoring of all those devices, the printer, the PC, everything that is connected to Hoist network can be monitored. But be aware, we don't need to manage that network specifically. Means that our gateway don't need to be the server for those specific network. We just need to have the MAC address, and the device, of course, need to be connected to our switches, so we can monitor it. Again, as I said before, we can check every day what's going on with the network. But why do we need to check every day when we can when we can ask the dashboard to do it automatically? Here we have an alert. For each widget, we have an alert. And for the network status widget, we can set a threshold, okay, for to check how many devices need to be down, for example, in order for us to get an alert. So we can, for example, set one device, and we can set the alert time period, for example, last 24 hours. What will happen? If we have a single device down in our network, I will get an email. But what's important for me is that also the maintenance department get this email. So what can I do? I can add the maintenance department email address here, so that they will get an email as well, and they can do a daily check of all the devices down. So if they manage to fix, well, if they don't manage to fix, we can open a ticket to the Hoist support. As I said before, everything that can be automated, and from the drill down of the widget, we can see all the devices and all the information, okay? The private is the category where all the hotel network things are placed, like IP phones, CCTV camera, signage screen, everything is here. We can also create a report for all these things. It's called the asset report. Why is the asset report is important? Because it's hard for us to keep track of all the things that are installed in the hotel, especially big hotels. So the asset report, since we have all the devices connected to our network, for our system is easy to check if the devices are still there or not, because in the asset report, they will show up as down if the devices are not there anymore. So we can go to the report function and add a new report. As it was shown before, we have several types of pre-made reports. So we just easily select asset inventory. And we select our hotel. We can also directly filter all the category that we want to be shown in that report. And let me show how the report will look in an Excel file. Just a second. Here it is. Do you see my screen, Matt? Okay. Here, yeah, okay. Here we have all the devices, again, filtered by columns. We can do whatever we want with this. We have the servers, we have the access points, we have the private part like IP phone, CCTV camera, everything. And here, like in the dashboard, we have all the same columns: the location, the type of hardware, last status change, which is important for us in the asset inventory, IP address, and so on. Like this for us, if we do this regularly, it will be easy to check the status of all our devices. Like for all the reports in a Hoist dashboard, we can do a scheduled report. And let me show you how to do it. Here, I just enable the scheduling. And I set when I want to receive it, the time, and the email address who need to receive it. So I don't need to do anything anymore. I know that every month I will receive a report from the dashboard automatically. All this saves a lot of time on daily tasks. When we need to remember something, every day we have a lot of things that we need to remember to do, to check this, to check that. But if we get an email or an alert, everything is really easier and faster for us. What we lack the most is time. We don't have time to do our daily things, but like this, we can save a lot of time and focus on other things. Now, let's check another thing in the dashboard, which is a widget that looks very simple, the operational status widget. But it helps a lot to understand through the widget drill down function if we have recurring issues. Like we have, for example, a switch that keep going up or down, or we have a server that keep going up or down. We have several items here, and we can see filtering by date if we have things that keep going up or down. It seems easy, but it's not, because like this, we can do a really good troubleshooting. Because maybe, let's take an example. We have a rack in a part of the hotel where we have a problem with the power. But during the day, we don't have this issue. We have only during the night, so we don't mention it. So we have a kind of historic list of the problems here. And then we can prevent again, worst issues if we can see if that there is already a problem somewhere. There is another thing that we can do from the dashboard. We can track a single device in the network, like guest device, when it's connected to the Wi-Fi. Why this is important? Because let's take an example. A guest forget his laptop somewhere, but he don't remember where. So we can see from the current client device widget, again from drill down, the list of devices connected to the network. If that device is connected using the room number PMS authentication, then here we will see the room number. And doing a quick search, we will find easily the MAC address. Not only that, in the same row, we will also see the access point where it's connected. Let me show you in another report. Here, we see the network where it's connected and the access point. So we can tell the maintenance to go with the guest and check directly that area, because from the access point here, I can just copy the MAC address, go back to either my inventory or the network status widget, like this. I go drill down, access point. Here I have all the MAC address. So if I do a quick search, I will get easily the name of the access point and the area where it's located. Okay, so the network device status widget, operational status widget, and the report. Okay, it's cleared. If you have any question now, we can see them together.